Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Sunday Vibes at NST Podcast. And I have with me in the studio my usual partner in crime, Elena.
Hello.
And what a surprise, we have a returning guest, someone who's been missing in action for a while, but she's one of our favorite guests, right, Elena?
I think we say that to all our guests, right?
Let's say it again today.
Oh, okay. No, right. She is our favorite guest.
Okay, but for those...
By a long shot.
Right. But for those who may not have watched or heard the show before, when Karen Ho was around, maybe Karen can just give a little introduction about herself before we proceed with the show.
Okay, very quickly. Former media professional, now freelancer, doing professional voiceovers, and also a communications coach.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm very happy to be back, ladies,
Welcome
with an award-winning team, may I add, as well.
Thank you very much.
Award-winning team.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And have we got a show for you today? But actually, this particular topic was chosen in a nod to the fact that NST, the New Straits Times, celebrates its 180th 180th anniversary this year. Mm-hmm. And so what
We
better...
old.
No, we're not old.
180 years. We've been around the block and then some. But
Okay,
good for
round
us.
the block and then some. That sounds very ominous, but you know what? Where better for us to go than down memory lane. Get a bit
Absolutely.
of nostalgia thrown in. Are you okay with that, Karen?
Yep, sure.
I think that should be right up your alley, you know?
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see. All right, our show today is called Rewind Please, Why We Keep Looking Back. Okay, I guess because some moments are just too good to fast forward. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay, Karen looks apprehensive. I think she needs to get into the groove a little bit.
Yeah.
Elle, you have to help her on this
Oh
one.
dear. Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to kick off with
Okay.
one very simple question, okay? What's one small, ordinary thing from your past that you find yourself missing more than you expected? And because we're going to be kind to our guests, we just asked Elena first. Because Elena's always so good with these things. Come on, Elle.
What about remembering?
Yeah,
Things?
recollecting,
Oh my God, I feel so old.
reflecting.
Open houses.
Open houses. Elaborate.
I think that back in my childhood, we had open houses for every celebration. So it was not just limited to a particular religion or race.
Right.
So when it came to Hari Raya or, Deepavali or Christmas and everything else in between, it was a celebration for all. So we looked forward to all the celebrations because, Hari Raya, we can go for ketupat and lemang at our neighbor's house. Chinese New Year, of course, ang paos, Christmas with all the cookies and Christmas presents. So we always had a reason to celebrate.
Right.
And I think now, more than ever, I think that has slowly faded away. I think right now it's all, we celebrate among ourselves, among our very close-knit family and friends. So it's not really extended to the neighbors and,
But do you know why? Have you asked or found out from your neighbours why they haven't invited you?
Or can you hazard a
I
guess?
think so.
What
I
do you
need to
think?
ask that,
Is
that
it budget?
question.
Is it a budget
I
thing
don't know.
or-
Did I eat them into the poorhouse or something? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
No, lah, but those neighbors have moved away. So, so things happen. But what I'm saying is that used to be something. It was not just limited to a particular neighborhood or even mine for that matter. I think if we do look back at our childhood, right, we would remember those times when we, could go to our neighbor's place or, a friend's place.
Go in and out of each other's houses.
Yeah,
I
walking in and
remember
out.
that.
So
Yeah.
I don't see that happening even, with my nieces and the younger generation. You don't really see that for some reason.
Okay, that's a long
Yeah.
answer to a very short question.
I know, right?
Karen.
Okay,
What about you?
I have a shorter answer. So my
Okay.
answer would be, I think I still miss greeting cards. You know how everyone is sending digital cards, and even though they're convenient, and I do enjoy the convenience of it, it's quick, you got choice of animated, colours, whatever.
Music.
But I do miss receiving an actual card through the post or even in person, a handwritten note to say, whatever greeting it is. And nobody goes and makes the effort to buy a card and send it or to write a personal message anymore. It's very rare. I mean, I used to enjoy receiving cards and then putting it on the cupboard or the shelf or whatever,
mantelpiece.
the mantelpiece or whatever. Then you see all these cards, and then you feel so loved. And then now I'm like, one from my mom,
And one for me.
maybe one from her. Like okay, two. I'm like okay, the rest are all digital. So I miss
Right.
those days, those cards when people actually made the effort to genuinely think of you and write a personal message.
But it's actually quite hard if you notice when you go, whenever the festive period comes around or whenever it's someone's birthday, when you actually go and look for cards, they don't exist anymore.
Well, they're expensive as well sometimes.
Yeah, because they're getting them
Yeah.
from what? The
The
Hallmark
overseas,
cards.
the overseas ones are expensive, and
They used to have the cards in the boxes, where you can
Yeah.
them Christmas cards,
yeah.
Hari Raya cards.
Right,
Yeah.
right, the
you know.
sets.
Ah, the
sets.
sets.
The sets.
And we used to get enough cards that we can hang it in
Yeah,
our
that's
houses,
right. That's right.
I used
Yeah,
to
you
buy
don't
the
get that.
sets, and now because people stopped sending them, so I have leftovers that I don't use anymore.
But I find it quite interesting, however, that if you go to the West, if you go to the UK or if you go to the US, they're still selling amazing cards.
yes.
Amazing cards. So is it something that's
I think it's partly cultural, maybe because in Asia we're all about speed, convenience, time. We don't have time to go out to buy,
that's a point.
stand at the post office kind of thing. But
I love standing at the post office and licking the stamps. Hello.
something new
on
about-
so many
Yeah,
levels.
I knew you thought it was going to sound so wrong. But yeah.
So what about
Stamps,
you, Intan?
Stamps.
What do you miss?
What do I miss?
Yes.
I think, funnily enough, it's the sense of safety. I don't know. Like these days, right? If any of your nephews or nieces, especially the younger ones, want to go out, you tell them no, don't go out because some bad guy's gonna take you, or that sense of it's like
they can't play anymore.
Yes. So in those days, I remember my mum and dad would be like, come 4 o'clock, just go, go. You can run to the nearest padang or you can go to the nearest neighborhood and no one would say, oh, someone's going to kidnap you or, be careful or go with someone. But I feel like these days, I think parents also are more cautious and more wary. And that sense of safe, I don't know whether that makes any sense. I think the carefree childhood, with less constraints and rules. I think I miss that. Because we could do anything really. Come 4 o'clock, we can just rush out of the gate and
No, I think
one
I
cares.
think you have a point because I remember when I was young, we played outside, and parents wouldn't even care until it's like when it's a bit dark and
Yeah.
it's time for dinner. That's when they start shouting and calling for us.
Yeah, and do you notice that parents say, no, don't go out. The sun is too high. You're going to get black or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, right? We never had that. Come rain or shine, we could just go because we were
Yeah.
kids. So, so probably that. I mean, I don't know whether that makes any sense. Anyway, next one. What's the one song, film, or object that instantly transports you back to a specific moment in your life? Karen's turn this time.
Karen,
Okay.
you got to start with this.
I can't think of a particular song, but can I just make it like a genre of music, like the 80s music?
Sure.
Whenever I hear Britpop, because
Uh-huh.
that takes me back to my school years.
Right.
And that, it just reminds me of that period when I was more carefree, and music was my life back then. The top 10, top of the pops. And,
Okay, share,
and,
because you grew up in the
Oh
UK,
yeah, sorry.
right?
Yeah, so I grew up in the
elaborate.
UK. Yeah, so I was there during my teens, and I was there during my 80s. I'm giving a lot away there.
During your
So-
80s?
yes.
Oh, during the 80s?
During the
Oh, I
80s.
thought during your 80s. Sorry.
During the sorry, did I say? No. During the
scared.
80s, I look good for 80s.
Yes.
So that was a time when I was more carefree. I was just at school and didn't have any things that we, adulting worries like bills
Yeah.
and all this
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
stuff or relationships. I was just basically just carefree. Homework and friends was the only thing. And that time, big hair and shoulder pads and people like Madonna and who else? Rick Astley and Wham and all those kind of people. Those kind of music sort of brings it back to a time when I was. Just happily making mixtapes. People who understand what a
yes.
mixtape is.
Were they cassettes?
Cassettes.
Cassettes.
Yes, listening to the radio and like pressing record, that kind of thing. And just
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like who's in the top 10 and kind of thing. It was all about celebrity crushes and favorite pop stars.
Oh, yeah, and the posters.
Posters
Taking
and
posters from the magazines.
and buying magazines. Those
Yes.
days, actually, people bought magazines to learn stuff. You didn't ask parents or anybody. You learned from
that's
magazines.
true. That's true. Agni aunt
Yeah,
sections.
yeah. So that was my little answer.
Okay, that's nice. What about you, Al?
Few things. One is ABBA. I
ABBA.
remember ABBA that time. Yeah, that will like reveal my age. But okay, ABBA. And then those cassettes.
Yes.
Music cassettes.
Yes.
And then when you put it in and then when it unravels, they use the pen to scroll it in again.
Oh my God.
You know,
Yes.
trying to repair the,
Yes.
trying to repair. But then when you play, the music goes.
Yeah, because it depends on how manky the script has become.
Depends on how crumpled it was.
Yeah, that's
so you
right.
try to roll it back. Those were the days, lah. And then I remember pen pals.
Oh yeah.
We used to have, in the magazines and all, pen pals
From overseas, right?
for overseas.
So you can- This is the way how you make friends, right?
This was exactly how we made friends. Letters, snail mail. So we send, we go in the magazine, then they have all these pen pals from whatever country. Then you just choose and you write a letter and all that.
And there was no such thing as you thinking it's going to be some scammer or some
Nothing
catfishing
of
thing,
that
right?
sort. No,
right,
no,
that's
not at
exactly
all.
my point. Exactly my
Aiyo,
point.
those days were wonderful, lah.
Yeah.
And yourself, Intan? What about you?
For me, again, when you brought up the cassette thing, because I used to have a lot of blank tapes that I used to make song list songs, tape songs, normally love songs, and it would be sent, to the buah hati or the person that was crushing on or something. So all the songs would be selected based on, how to explain how I felt without actually saying it through the songs.
So which song was your favorite?
What was the song? What was the
Oh, come on. You know you got
Okay,
a whole
I
list
know,
in your
I've
head.
got one. I got one. The one that came to mind. Perhaps.
Oh, that's
Oh
a
my
really
God,
old
that's
song.
like so old. That's
I
like,
know, but I mean, I don't have to like new songs. It was an old song, but the sentiments, the
I think that
lyrics
would
worked
be
for me.
something
Perhaps
my
you will be
father
my
would send to my
boyfriend,
mother.
perhaps.
Yeah, because there was a lot of
Perhaps,
confusion about the
perhaps.
status of, the relationship. So
okay.
I wanted to give him the tape with that song because he was going back to Devon on a train. So he would have a lot of time to listen to it and wonder what the hell I was on about.
I thought you would put like close your eyes, give me your eternal flame bangles or
no,
something.
no, no.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel
No,
my
no, what's that
heart
Whitney Houston
beating?
song?
I will always love
Yes,
you.
that.
That was towards that was
That's
the later
90s,
thing,
is
right?
it? Anyway, she's.
Yes.
Do you still have those tapes?
No, I don't. No, I
I
don't.
don't have any of those.
I
tapes.
wouldn't have those tapes because I would have given it away. No,
Well, unless you kept it for, and then didn't send to
posterity.
somebody. Yeah, I keep some stuff.
Nah.
Oh, you do? So you have cassette tapes?
Yeah, I still have them.
Oh my
but I have no
God.
player.
Cassettes.
They're probably
Cassette
with,
tapes.
Cassettes and tapes are the same, no?
Yeah, the same.
No. They're not.
Oh, they're not.
Tapes. The tapes. There's a different type,
Oh.
Okay, I'm so old, man.
Okay, I know why. Because VHS
forget
is a
it.
tape, but it's not a cassette tape.
Yes.
Is it?
Right.
A cassette is a
So
cassette.
video is different, and then music is different. So cassettes are usually music.
And they had
is that
another
right?
type of tapes where you put in and you played music. But maybe I'm old.
Which era
Okay, I
was
don't know.
that? I'm getting worried.
It was a square thing. I don't know what's it called.
I think they do that in radio stations.
Damn it.
Right?
Okay, fine. Moving
Okay.
along.
Yeah, moving along.
Okay, if someone made a time capsule of your teenage years, what would be inside? Give me, let's say 5 items. What 5 items would be inside?
Okay, I'll give one first. We take turns, okay?
Okay, go on then.
Rick Astley album, cassette. I bought the album. It was really
I
good.
had all Rick Astley stuff. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Elena, your turn.
Shoulder pads.
You would have it in a capsule?
Yeah.
To show the time, I guess.
Oh,
To show
right.
the time of, the time
To
when
represent your time.
I
your
thought it was
teenage.
everything. Shoulder pads because of Dynasty and all, Crystal Carrington and a big shoulder pad.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, I would have a netball.
Oh, you played netball when you...
Yeah, I
Oh,
played
okay.
netball like mad like that. Okay, next one. Whose turn?
Probably my school yearbook. Like when you finish school in England, you get a yearbook. I don't know about in this country, but the yearbook contains photos of people in your school.
You get people to comment something.
and then on the last day of school, you go around the playground, or and you just get people to sign your yearbook. So I have that.
She's excited.
Oh, you must have
because she
some- do you have some-
remembers.
Yeah. So I remember that day, everybody was just so happy because the last day of school, and you just go around and you spray things or you get signatures and take photos. So yeah, I'll put that in there for posterity.
Next.
Autograph books.
What's
Oh my
autograph
God,
book?
it was the thing back then when we used to buy all these pretty little small booklets with empty pages, and usually it was perfumed or colored.
Wow.
Okay, then you go around at the end of the year, you get all your friends to sign, so friendship can remain and never can end. All those acronyms and all
yeah,
that.
I remember that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, then they will sign, or they will put their imprint on it. So you had that autograph book with all your friends.
That's so
signature.
cool.
Do you still have it now?
Do the schools?
I have one.
You don't have one.
But as we got older, because when we were younger, we'll literally buy that autograph book.
She likes that word.
Yeah, my nieces always say literally buy that autograph book. So they sold that with those little
Right.
colored pages, and it's always perfumed with some
Something.
For the girls.
something.
Did guys do that though?
I don't know whether
I
guys
think
did
boys
that, but
do
I was
that
in all
now.
girls school, so I mean,
Yeah.
I had something similar as well. I remember that. Yeah, I did have
but
it too.
as you got older, you just got those because we don't like all the small books. So we got this. We'll just buy not exercise book, the one with the thick cover.
So bigger.
It's a bigger book, and the same thing. So you go to your friends and get them to sign. So they will sign, tell a story, put their
Put the
picture there.
bio, favorite color, favorite
yeah,
pop
yeah, yeah.
star.
It's like a
And then
dating
put-
app.
No, it's just a personal.
okay,
It's
sorry.
just a remembrance thing.
Sorry. Yes.
It's just a remembrance thing where they will just sign and they will tell, how we met or how much your
Right.
friendship means to me, kind of thing,
That's
and then
so
put their
special.
picture.
Do kids do that today in school when they leave school? They don't.
I don't think so.
I haven't heard of that
No,
yet.
no.
I haven't heard. Yeah.
I don't know about the people in this room lah, because they all will say, no lah, mana ada.
Okay, okay.
And you,
Way too young
one more
for
from
that.
you? Do you want to provide?
Yeah, I think it would be my Thornbirds VHS tape.
Oh my God.
VHS.
Yeah.
You recorded the movie. Is it a movie?
No,
Or TV
it was a
series?
TV series, but it was in a VHS tape format.
Oh my.
So that was like my treasured
collector's item now.
Yeah, man, a collector's
Richard
item.
Chamberlain in his priest outfit.
Correct. I had a thing for priests back
my
then.
God.
That doesn't sound right. Take that one out. But yes. So I would, that
Okay.
is a reflection of
That's
my
very nostalgic.
Oh yeah,
Your teenage years.
So,
Oh, nice.
so sorry, that's
I
two
mean, but-
items for me.
Yeah, two each. We all
But
given
Thornbirds
two.
literally changed the way we viewed Catholic priests.
It viewed.
Because we turned around and looked at them even more.
Yes.
But my priest had a comb over, so I don't think he was no Richard Chamberlain back then.
Okay. After this, everyone can Google Thornbirds.
Yeah,
All right,
Thornbirds.
Karen, third item. What's your third item?
Oh, okay. I thought we're done.
No, we have five.
Oh
Okay,
no.
It's a time capsule. If you die, somebody finds it, then it's got to be a reflection of you and your life once upon a time.
Oh no. I thought just two.
Okay,
skip to her.
Elena
Skip to
then.
Al. Let me think of something.
Oh dear. I think my collection of ABBA tapes.
Oh, tapes. Cassettes.
Yeah, cassettes. Sorry, cassettes. ABBA
Okay.
cassettes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had a few of my favorites, So I think that would be a good,
All
because
right.
that formed a good part of my childhood, listening to ABBA.
Okay, Karen?
Okay, probably I mentioned the magazine just now when I was growing up. I'd read lots of magazines to learn stuff. That's where you learn about boys and, emotions and things
okay.
and adult stuff. So I'll probably put a magazine from, yeah.
What sort of adult stuff you
Yeah,
got from
what
the
kind of
magazine? What sort of
magazines are these?
magazines you got?
As you're growing up, puberty, you want to know how things work, right? So then you
No,
learn
but
from
those
the girls'
teenage-
magazines.
teenage,
The girls' magazines would teach you,
Wait,
know.
you're not talking about Playboy or
No,
Playgirl or thing,
talking
'cause
about
you're talking
teenage
learning adult
magazines.
stuff.
This is in the UK. I think they had
I'm
teenage
talking
stuff.
about teenage magazines.
So they were slightly racier than what we get
No,
here.
no. I'm talking about, helping young girls or adolescents to grow up. It could be about pop stars, could be a quiz about yourself. It could be fashion, it could
Okay,
be
okay.
boys.
Get your head out the
Yeah.
gutter, Elena Koshi.
Yeah lah. I don't know why my
Too
head is in the
much.
gutter today.
All right, Intan, a third one?
Deprivation.
Third one?
Anyways, mine would be my netball bib.
Netball
You
again.
just have your netball
Hello,
in there.
a
Something
netball
else
is a
lah.
ball.
But it's still
That's my
netball.
bib. Okay, fine. I'll give you something else then. My Thornbirds book.
No, no.
already have something
Fine,
of Thornbirds
okay,
in
okay.
there.
Flight ticket stubs. Because I traveled a lot when I was younger. So because I was also living in the UK, right? So I would come back with my parents to Malaysia, and the ticket stubs would be my cherished possession because I would always collect and put, in a little box that I had at home, and I would keep them. So I had loads. And then, of course, when I was in my teens, I would travel to Europe, and those were precious to me as well. So I would keep them. Even to this day, I still do. So because they're good memories, and I used to use them as a bookmarks. Yeah, because you see, these countries like Amsterdam, Gran Canary, things like that. Karen's giving me this look. Okay, are we done with that question? Okay, we're done with that question. Okay, do you feel like your generation had a simpler kind of joy compared to what kids have now?
her generation different to our generation, is it?
Hey, it's the same.
She got
Fine.
Akbar collection.
It's the
I
same
don't know.
blinking generation. Y'all don't
okay,
pretend.
okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, do you think our generation
Our
then, right,
collective-
our collective generation had a simpler kind of joy compared to kids today?
You all are looking at me now, is it?
Yeah, for
the last time
reference.
you accused me of being an auntie. Now again, I'm going to be an auntie.
Okay, I would say yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Do you agree, Karen? I mean, the angst that we experienced back then as teenagers, are they similar to what teenagers are?
Oh,
Okay.
no.
If you're specifically referring to like emotional situations, yeah, then yes, I think it's a lot more complicated now.
Why do you think that is?
Because, and I'm sorry to blame social media, but I do think it's largely social media that has led people to compare themselves with so-called perfect lives that they see online, not realizing, or maybe they do realize now. I think there's more awareness now that
Right.
what you see online is not all perfect.
Correct.
Right? It's just
Curated.
it's curated, very much so. But even so, despite knowing that, I think youngsters, this generation, still can't help but feel like, oh, but she looks so perfect. He's got perfect six pack, and even though it's maybe not true, but you still can't help comparing yourself.
Right.
And I think that probably puts a lot of undue,
Pressure.
Pressure. Not to say that we during our time we didn't have pressure,
What
but our
pressures
pressure's
did we
different.
have? I think it was just to complete homework
Well,
and
I
exam
mean,
time.
I did
no?
have pressure as well. I
did?
was a little more chunkier back then.
Chunkier.
I was chunkier.
Oh, that's a good word,
And
chunky.
I was fleshy. I was fleshier.
Fleshier?
So, and I felt I did feel a bit of pressure. So I would eat
Right.
cottage cheese and
Oh, that's a secret.
and dry biscuits to lose weight. So there was a bit of pressure when I was younger. So
Right.
I felt that as well.
Right.
Also because my best friend back then was like this. Okay.
Ah.
So again, as wherever you
Yeah,
got
that's
comparisons, I think there's always going to be that pressure, but it's not as complicated as today.
Right.
I think, yeah.
Oh, interesting point. Do you agree, Al?
Absolutely, I think I agree with that. I also think that the generation today, they've had to grow up a lot faster than
Oh,
us.
yes.
I
Agreed.
think we had that privilege of really enjoying our childhood and even our adolescence, no matter how complicated it was. But we had a proper adolescence. We had that growing up phase. But here, this time, things are over sexualized. So people are being exposed, young people are being exposed to a lot of things. At the risk of sounding like an auntie, it's true. Because I think kids these days have to grow up really fast.
That's true.
And, the amount of things that are being bombarded to them, gone were the days where we were so protected. But these days, censorship is nothing. You can see literally everything
Yeah.
on the internet.
Yeah.
So nothing is hidden from them, and I think that causes kids to grow up fast.
Or can I just sort of play devil's advocate? Maybe they haven't grown up. They think they've grown up, so they're seeing all this more adult stuff, but their emotions haven't caught up
That's
with
right.
what they're
Yes,
seeing.
Still
yes,
maturity.
Yeah,
yes.
they're
is
not emotionally
there.
mature yet.
Yes, correct. It's quite
And you're
kind of
thrust
scary.
into this world that is, that's not built for them.
They're ill-equipped.
Yeah, they're not
Ill-equipped.
equipped for it.
Right.
They want to
Yeah.
look older. They're wearing, primer
Yes.
foundation at a young
Yeah.
age. They're dressing as if they're ready for work or something.
Yeah,
And,
that's
they're
true.
not ready, really.
That's
My
true.
niece wears more makeup than I do.
Yeah.
I won't tell which one.
Yeah. You're right. Okay, I agree with both, so I'm not going to bother answering that one. Is there anything from your past that you didn't appreciate then, but you cherish now? Okay, Karen. Karen's nodding, so...
Skincare. Facial moisturizer,
Okay.
facial oils. My God. I
Okay.
didn't bother with skincare those days. I'm like, what's toner? What's moisturizer?
Yeah, like, what
Ugh.
is that?
And now, boy, do I invest in skincare. It's
You
so
can afford to.
important. Well, one, I can afford to, and even if I couldn't, I will just, you can still find affordable stuff like bio oil is actually very
Oh, are
affordable.
we branding here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, some cheaper oil that my mom used, so
Okay, so
very important.
skincare routine and stuff.
Yes, as you get older and more mature, your
Right.
skin changes and you
Okay.
realize it's actually very important even from a younger age.
Yes.
Ideally.
Right. And Elena Koshi?
At the risk of sounding like an auntie again, but with
Again.
a smile this time. Education.
Very important.
I
Very.
think a lot of young people don't appreciate it when their parents say, study, you gotta study.
Yeah.
Pass your exams,
Yes.
Have a plan. plan your life. We don't take, we don't listen to all that. But as we start adulting, then we say, oh crap, we should have listened. Yes, my parents were right, damn it. You know, those kind of things like education. I think we take it for granted when we are younger.
Right,
Intan, what
right.
about you?
I think probably as a teen, I found silence and doing nothing is boring. But now that as I've got older and life is just so busy, I do crave silence and doing nothing sometimes, which is so hard to get, you know. When I had ample time for those, you know, when I was younger, it's too boring to be doing nothing, right? So yeah, I would say that for me. But education, I agree with you, Elena. I mean, you know, when my dad used to pounce on us and say, do this, do that, you know, one day you'll thank me for it, you know, you need to be good at this, you need to do this seriously, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get a job. I used to think like, dude, what are you on? You know,
I've got
I'd rather
plenty
play.
of time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Actually, my dad used to say, have a rounded education, not just earn education, right? People would think education is, you know, some textbook thing.
Yeah.
But my dad used to emphasize, be a rounded person. That means not just
Books, yeah.
Not
Book
just you have
smart.
your books. Also, you know, maybe learn an instrument, maybe go
Oh, yeah.
travel, maybe, you know, just be, have a general knowledge about everything, you know.
I do have one more regret, piano lessons.
You don't
I
want piano
regret
lessons?
not completing my piano lessons. I used to
Yeah, I
hate
didn't
it.
either.
And
Me
so what are you going to
too.
do with your piano certificates?
Hey, listen,
and these-
nowadays, you know, you
Make some money?
tinkle on the keys.
You still
know,
can,
like
right?
a retirement
Can you-
plan. And,
Can
know,
you still tinkle on the keys?
I can't tinkle
She can't
on
tinkle
the keys.
all on
right
keys.
now. Yeah.
Okay, next, moving along. Okay, do you think... Sorry about that.
Oh my
do you
God.
think nostalgia becomes more powerful as we age? Looking at Elena.
I'm still smiling, okay?
You're still smiling. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm going to
Why are
answer.
you looking at me?
Okay,
Okay, you
I'm
go
going to
first. Seriously?
answer.
Okay.
Because I actually
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
about this as
Yeah.
I was, you know, coming to the studio.
Okay.
And I realized, yes, because the older we get, the more we realize what can't be repeated. Okay? Because nostalgia isn't just memory. It's the ache of knowing that some moments cannot be captured again or repeated. So that's my answer. And that's why.
That's my answer too.
That's
What
my
she
answer.
said.
That's, oh God. That's
Same
why it
thing lah.
becomes more powerful as we age. Because
Well,
like you can't get back what has
Well, I don't know about the word
gone.
powerful. I wouldn't use the word powerful. I just say it just weighs more heavily on your mind. It occupies more of your thoughts, but
Right.
I wouldn't give it that kind of power because power then might suggest power to do what? Power to make you feel more regretful. Power to
Make you reminisce and to make you like for me nostalgia it's kind of like this, I can't even describe it, is this feeling of yearning, of wanting to go back to a time when everything seemed so simple,
A simpler time.
a simpler time, you know, I don't know. And it does make me feel sad actually. And sometimes it even makes me feel kind of suffocated because I realize I can't get it back. You know, because I actually, like Karen knows, I loved my uni days, for example. So some days, you know, when I wake up and I happen to, you know, see some old pictures, I kind of, you know, something transports me back there and I kind of yearn for those days because they were the good times and you can remember. And it makes me really sad that, you know, I can't get it back. I can only see it in photos.
You can.
So-
You can be a mature student. Go back to uni.
They're not going to be the same people anymore.
Doesn't matter. You want new
It does.
lecturers.
You see, it's not the building; it's the people of that time. You know, and
It's a moment, lah. You can't
It's a
capture that
moment.
moment.
Yeah, you
can't
cannot.
repeat it.
So that's my answer. What, you guys share the same thing too? Oh
Yeah.
God, there's a sigh.
Yeah. Wait. Still smiling? Yeah. I think as we get older, we tend to look back to a simpler time where things were not so complicated.
Exactly
Actually,
what I
it's
said.
like it's like I'm double explaining, right? Simpler
You
time
are.
when things are not
I
complicated.
swear I said those words.
Yeah, just said it in differently, rephrased it.
Yes, rephrased it. Karen, if you're going to repeat the same words,
No, I'm
moving-
actually different.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think, yes, in general, I agree. As people get older, because they tend to look back more, obviously, because of the life experience, right?
Right.
They have more time to look back on compared to someone who's younger. Also, they will look back more on the past with nostalgia if they've had very good memories.
Yep.
For me, I don't have the same sense of nostalgia that you have because to me, although I didn't have a bad time growing up, but I wouldn't want to go back to uni. It was okay.
Right.
I wouldn't want to go back to my first job. It was all right. I mean, there's nothing really in my past that I think, oh my gosh, I would really love to relive that. I miss it so much. I want to do it again. No, I've sort of put that in the past. It was a nice time. It was all right. There were some good memories, some bad memories. It's in the past. I actually look forward to the future because I'm more excited about what I can do now and in the future because I can
Interesting.
change that in a way.
So positive.
Yeah,
I
that's just me.
know.
But if I had the kind of experience that you had, say in
Yeah.
uni, you had a wonderful whatever life and did something fun and fabulous, then maybe I would have that kind of nostalgia.
That makes
You know,
sense.
it depends
That
on
makes
your
sense.
past
Fair
and your
enough.
That
memories.
makes sense. Okay, then, do you think that we turn to the past more when the present feels uncertain? Do we look back because it gives us comfort? You know, when the world feels a bit shaky, do we yearn for the past when it felt safer? So that's what I'm trying to get at.
So I think similar to my previous answer, because I'm the kind of person that doesn't look back so much. I look forward to the future, and I would look back only if there's something to learn from it. And I
Right.
think most people would look back because what can I learn from my past? Right,
That's right.
It's experience.
Or what can the
right?
country learn from its past?
Yeah, it
Same thing.
and also depends on the context.
Right.
We're talking about the price of food has gone up.
Yeah.
Are we going to look back? We might look back and say, oh my gosh, chicken rice used to be 5 ringgit. I say that nowadays, 5 ringgit now it's 10 ringgit. Yes, I'm looking back briefly, but I'm
Right.
not dwelling on it, and then
Right.
it's not going to teach me or help me in my future.
Right.
Right. So
Okay.
I'll look at it briefly as a reference point, as a mark of, oh, it used to be like this, but I'm not going to, sort of digest and stew on it and complain, oh, better days. There's no point looking back at the past. You can't change it, but you can learn from it.
Yes.
So what can we do about it today?
So the
or
past is
tomorrow?
important, however.
It's important as a reference
Yes.
and as
Yes.
for experience.
Okay, do you agree, Al?
I think if say I look back on those years, I mean back then also the world would have seemed pretty uncertain at any point of time. The world is uncertain. It's got lots of things going on out there. So like Karen said, I think I look back with a lot of fondness at those times. I wish some things we could take
From the past?
take from the past and practice it now. Of course, there are some things I think the country has lost.
Okay.
As a nation, we have lost it. Hopefully, we can get it back at some point.
Right.
But to say that, I look at it and like, oh, it's comforting because now it's crap. No, I don't think it's crap now. I don't think it is uncertain. But I think at any point of time, if you ask my parents back then, how
Yeah.
was the world back then, they
Yeah.
would say the same thing. Oh, it was uncertain, was,
Yes,
was
yes.
difficult, it was hard. They had their own set of hardships.
Right.
So at any given point, but I think we can take some of those things that we had before and probably see if we could practice it still, because some things are meant, some things are precious.
Yes.
But I think a lot of times I look back with a lot of nostalgia, seeing all those yellowed photos and autograph books and remembering those times.
Okay. Do you think that nostalgia is about longing for the past or longing for a version of ourselves that we may miss? Do you miss any version of yourself like today? Do you find yourself to be very different now than before in terms of like,
I like myself now.
okay.
I don't long for that version of myself like 10 years ago or 20 years ago. No. I think I've grown into myself now. I don't long for that. So when I look back at the past, it's not like, oh, I wish I was like that person. I wish I was that same person then. I don't see that happening at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Karen?
Yeah, I agree with Al actually. I don't want to be
The awkward
20,
teenager.
even 10 years ago, I'm where I am today is as a result of the journey, the challenges, and I've grown so much over the last decades. So why would I want to go backwards and lose that the progress that I've made until now?
Right.
So yeah, I agree with her. What about you?
Interesting.
What do you think?
No, I'm just thinking.
What do you long
maybe-
for?
Yeah, maybe I'm just.
You
stuck.
long for the uni days?
I'm just
still,
stuck in the
or-
past, probably. 'cause
Which part would you long for?
No,
Which-
I swear I had. Well, I miss the carefree days. I miss the no need to adult. No adulting days. No need to pay
No
bills. No
bills.
need to. Yeah, but
Look
as
after
a
people.
yeah, I mean, I don't think I've changed much as a person, to be honest.
But you long still for the carefree days?
I think it's more the carefree days.
Because you're busier now, is that why?
Yes, because of the responsibilities, the commitments that you have. You can't just drop everything and
Yeah, that's
fly off
true.
anywhere you want, or you can't just start the car and go on a road trip because you have things that you need to do, right? So maybe for me, that's the one thing I still yearn for, and that's from the past. But of
But
course,
for me, right, I wish that this me could go back to the past.
right?
And deal with all the shit
What
that
do you
I
mean?
Yeah, like take
me now
Yes.
Time travel.
could time travel
Sort out
back in the
everything.
past and deal with life
Yes.
as me now.
Yes, but then that comes with with
Yeah.
age. That comes
Yeah.
with experience.
So I mean that's what I think because I like
Yeah.
me now than I
Right.
did me then.
Okay.
That makes any sense.
Okay, and
Yeah.
the minutes are ticking, so I've got two more questions. I'm just
yo.
going to rush through. Do you prefer tangible memories like photos and letters or scrolling through your phone gallery? Elena.
Tangible. I love
Right.
letters. I love the autograph books and the cassettes. Although I don't have any cassettes now.
I give to you. You want?
I want.
I'll sell to you.
Yeah.
And Karen.
My birthday coming.
Okay.
Right, Karen.
I like both. I can't choose. I honestly like both. I like the idea of, flicking through those brown photos and, flicking through an
Brown
album.
photos?
You know those
Yellowing
old, the
lah,
yellowing,
old
photos,
photos.
yellowing
Yellowing
photos.
photos.
I'm happy to look at those. I'm also happy to scroll through my thousands of photos on my phone for convenience sake.
Okay.
And yourself? You probably say the tangible stuff.
Actually, maybe I'm just a romantic.
Yes,
I
you
kind of, yeah.
I love
think
all those
so.
old letters, you know.
Yeah, and I think I still keep some, and even old photos. I think I would rather, go through the albums.
So if you
and
had a
see the
choice,
photos.
a genie says you can either get rid of all your phone photos but keep your hard copy, or get rid of all the hard copy and leave you with the digital photos.
Can I turn
which-
my digital photos into hard copy? That's what I'd like to know.
No.
Because I don't want to
No.
delete my memories
No,
from
no,
now.
I cannot lie
cannot.
like that.
How?
So
That
choose.
means you
So if
live
you
with
had
the
to choose-
past and you cannot bring your future? I mean, your now, your
But your
present?
photos are on your phone. So you can have all your photos, but they're just in soft copy.
Uh-huh.
So if you had to choose, which one would you choose?
Damn.
Choose.
Damn.
I won't be able to choose.
I won't be able to choose because the photos in the gallery are the current, the present, right?
No,
And
if you could have the digitized version of the old photos, that means you burn or you get rid of all the old
God.
photos. But you still have all the photos, everything.
right.
I would just ask the genie to give me another wish.
Yeah.
Like $1 million or a
No,
car or something.
that's so
yeah?
hard. That's so
This
hard.
kind of
Okay,
wish is
okay.
like
Yeah, okay, we're not gonna go there.
Try again.
We would try. We
Yes.
would have to do another show to discuss
Yeah.
that particular
Right.
point. Okay, is there something from your past that you have deliberately left behind and never looked back on? Okay, Elena, you can answer.
my ex-boyfriends.
Okay, yeah, I think we all have left our ex-boyfriends. No.
including Satan, whom I dated.
Goodness.
Okay,
My friends
that's
called
her
him Satan.
boyfriend.
So
That's
I've
her
left behind Satan
boyfriend.
and a whole load of them.
Yeah, so they're all boys then. Okay, what about you, Karen?
Oh my gosh.
Deliberately left behind and never looked back.
Yeah, perming my hair. Never, ever, ever, ever again. One time in the 80s, never, ever again in my life will I ever perm my
picture,
hair. Nobody is ever going to see it. I'll burn it. I'm going to burn that.
Part of the
photo.
memory you should put in the time capsule.
Yeah, you just reminded me the same thing as well. On my graduation day, I swear I will never ever perm my hair
Right?
on the day of graduation. Okay, in the morning without my parents' knowledge, because I thought, because I'm gonna look good. So what I did was I sneaked out to the hairdressers. This was in London. I got it permed. When I saw it, I looked like a poodle. So I went straight home and washed it. And you're not supposed to wash
then
your
you go
hair.
straight again.
Makes it
what?
worse.
It did not. It went like this.
It was curly.
Oh dear.
It was super. I swear, my graduation day was the worst day of my life. I looked the worst ever.
No,
Guys,
you
this
didn't.
should be the
did.
time
No.
capsule.
I did.
No, you haven't seen mine. I think mine's worse because I was wearing like pink and blue and pink glasses. It was just really
Oh my
just
god.
pastel-y. No,
okay,
no,
I
no.
think we both win on
No.
that one. Yeah, and I do have that photo framed on my wall.
Ooh.
Every time I look at it, I'm thinking that was supposed to be the day when I looked my best because I had my degree. But it was the day that I looked my worst, and I never ever want to remember that day. So yeah, I left that behind.
So, is there anything else that you would like to leave behind?
Aside from bad hair,
And exes.
and exes.
I liked my exes, but okay.
Not Satan. But
No.
That's another
Yeah.
story.
Would
for
you do
another
Not
day.
anything else?
really. Not really. I think just a bad hair day.
Bad hair
But,
day,
Okay. What? Final question. The minutes. Really,
Oh
time is
my
not on our
God.
side. Last one. What do you think we lose when we stop remembering where we came from? Are you gonna go like this or?
Onset of dementia.
Lose our mind?
Okay. What was
Yeah.
the question again?
What do you think we lose when we stop remembering where we came from?
So you made an assumption that we will lose something no matter what.
if we do.
If we do.
If we do. Then
When
what
you
do
say
we
stop
stand to
remembering,
lose?
what do you mean by that?
Okay, when we do not want to acknowledge the past, when we don't want to look to the past as a lesson
Okay.
or something. So,
Okay, not talking about like Jenny. from
Not
the block.
dementia.
Not talking about J-Lo, like don't want to be Jenny from
not
the block
losing
anymore,
her.
right?
No, not Jenny
not
from
that
the
kind
block.
of thing.
No.
All right.
You know, like trying to deny our past, try to deny our history, try to deny where we came from, try to conveniently forget our bad hair days and all that. So that's what I mean.
No, I don't think we lose anything. I think
You don't think so?
No, I don't feel just because I want to put my bad hair days behind me or whatever, or she will put X. It doesn't mean that we lose anything.
Okay.
You know, I think it's normal to have to maybe archive our memories, you know, and pull them out once in a while. But I don't think we lose it.
Do you not think that remembering our roots is very important? Do you not think that all this becomes an anchor for us as we move forward? Do you
think so.
not?
I don't
Oh
think
my
so.
God, I'm such a romantic.
I
I
don't
belong
think
to
so.
different
No,
era.
I think you do lose your sense of self, in so to speak.
That's exactly where I was trying to get at.
Because if you're going to deny the existence of that past, then you wouldn't really have an anchor.
I think it
A
depends to what
foundation.
degree. When you say deny, I mean totally like, oh, I deny that I came
Okay.
from
Maybe a
you know,
simpler way is trying to say, you know, like how sometimes we're so consumed by moving forward, looking to the future, being modern. You know how Malaysia is so obsessed with, you know, the tallest, the highest, the widest, whatever, right? And maybe getting rid of all these historical buildings and stuff because, you know, so because we don't think, you know, having some memories of the past or the past is important. That's what I'm saying.
In
Yes.
that context, yes, we definitely lose our heritage if we lose the beautiful history and heritage that we have. But on a personal note, I don't feel that I would lose anything just because I don't reminisce or go back in history back to my childhood days or my old days. For me personally,
Okay.
But in that context, yes, definitely.
Okay, Elena?
What is history if it's not for a collection of all our heritage?
Deep.
Oh, I'm so deep.
What?
Yes, now. How deep is
Remember
your-
this moment when Elena became very deep?
Can you explain that now?
Especially when we don't have time to get
Because
deeper.
if we are not going to acknowledge our own heritage, right, then what's history? History is a collection of all our heritage.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I'm not saying that we should look at them and say, oh, you know, and constantly look into our past, but I'm saying it's a celebration of where we came from.
Yes, correct.
And that is why history, our personal history, our nation's history, everything needs to be remembered and celebrated.
Very important.
Who you are? Feel so
Amen.
deep,
She
man.
made
Damn
it.
it, man.
I vote
Somebody
Elena
should get me for TED Talk or something.
Wakil Rakyat.
Yay.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, that got deep. Okay, well, I think we've
Yeah,
come
yeah.
to the end of the show. And on that very deep note,
On that deep
where
note,
Elena finally woke up, we're going to have to end the
Smiling.
show. Forever smiling today.
Chirpy.
Yes. So thank you, Karen, for joining us for this
you.
show.
Thank you very
So
much.
yeah, it's been a nice discussion. And Elena for not falling asleep on this one. And I don't know. Oh, I'm supposed to say, please don't forget to get a copy of Sunday Vibes, which is inside the new Sunday Times. Failing which, just go to NST Online and please say hi because we celebrate our anniversary this year. So
Yeah.
it's an illustrious milestone, right, El?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and or if you want to show us more love and more support, go to our Instagram page, which Elena looks after, and at
Sunday Vibes _NST. So look us up, say hello, drop us a message, slide into our DMs,
Buy them coffee.
yes.
buy us coffee.
Yeah.
Yes. So Until the next time, hope to have you here again, Karen. All I have to say is thank you for joining us, and till we see you again. Bye.
Bye.